If you like Ace Combat plastic models, I have several news for you, some good, some bad, and more on Kono's strips that he did in Japan and also abroad. But before we get to the Ace Combat news, let's start from the very beginning with Ace Combat's 24th anniversary since the release of Air Combat back in the PlayStation 1 in 1995 on June 30th. And to celebrate, Project Aces posted this very cool screenshot, or I guess wallpaper for your phone that you can use on June 30th. So you have the F2 and the F4, and I suppose it's on the Waiapolo Mountain. So thank you, Project Aces. Very cool. You know, not many game series have been alive for 24 years, so I guess congratulations, Ace Combat. We're still alive. And now let's talk about the plastic model kits. I got information on the X02S, or the Strike Wyvern. We have a release date for it. For those of you who have been, following the news, it has been shown since February, but now we have a release date. Let's go to Hobby Search, which is one of the websites that I use to buy these model kits from Japan. I think there are other options too, but that's the one I use. For those of you who don't know, this plastic model is going to be on a scale of 144, and it has been announced that it will start shipping on November of this year, but you can already make your pre-orders. For price, we have two different editions. This is the 4 Modelers edition. I will describe how it is, but it's about roughly $30 with today's US currency, or 3,230 yen. Let's talk a little bit about the features. So the variable wing mechanism, which because the actual it folds its wings. However, you can't just change like with the XFA27 like I showed in my video. You can't just change the wings with your hand. Instead, you have to replace the part. So one of the wings extended and one with the wings folded already because of how it closes. You can also put the landing gear on or off, and also we have the weapons bay in the same way like with the missiles, also the EML. One new thing about this model compared to the XFA model that I already made some other videos about, you can check right here, the assembly in the review. It also has a new the mounting, where you can also change the roll angle of the aircraft, which the XFA27 did not have. And you can also put the EML, deploy it and also have it mounted on the mounting, which because it's with the position, because it's underneath the craft, right? So the 4 Modelers edition, which is the cheapest one, by the way. You'll see the gray one. I have the links in the description, by the way. So it has not been painted, and that means you can put pretty much any kind of color scheme that you prefer. But in the decals, you can have Mage 2, Spare 15, and Strider 1, because it has with the different emblems. So there's a total of 14 parts, including the canards, wings, tails, and nose, which have been painted in the other one. So this one is not been painted. Let me just show you some pictures here. So this one is just for for the people who already know how to make that kind of stuff, because painting, it's not that easy. That's why I don't do it. I'm kind of a noob for that. So behind, underneath, you can have the landing gear deployed or not, your choice. And you can see now the mounting it's a little bit angled with the roll. And you can also, on the other side, you can see the missiles are deployed and the wings folded. Very cool. You do that by replacing. Now you see that the EML is activated, yet it's still mounted on the mounting thing. What else can I show you? Here, the cockpit. You can have 2 pilots because it's a 2-seater plane, or you can have 1 pilot and the little AI thing that Mihai uses to learn how to fly, or you can just have nobody. Very cool. And here's the mounting. Has a new axis that you can turn on, so you can roll the plane as you're mounted. And on the decals, you still have the stickers for the Soul Squadron, the Original Air Force, low visibility, high visibility ASA, Mihai's numbers, and then you have trigger like Strider or just the Spare Squadron, and the Ocean Air Force and all. So a lot of different combinations that you can use. And then it has like the little box art and all. So yeah, you do have to change the parts to open and fold the wings. It's not just doing with the hand, by the way. Very important. All right, let's talk about the other version. That's called the plastic model, I guess. This one is a little bit more expensive. It's about $37 or 4,880 yen. same scale. The difference is it comes pre-painted. It is easier to do. It's the version I bought on the XFA. So it's item designed to be more easily assembled without adhesive, and it's reproducing the game data. So this one, it already comes painted on Mihai's colors, which is, I quite like it. And you see that the cockpit, the canopy has it's a little bit darker. Yeah, it's pretty much the same design. Has the roll axis that you can change, and you can also deploy with the EML. You can fold the wings. It's pretty much the same thing. It just comes pre-painted, which to me it's like the hardest part. That's why I don't do the model kits painting. And same thing, you can have two pilots, one pilot and the little AI thing, or just put nobody, fine. And the decals are just. With that said, that's the good news. The X02 Strike Wyvern model kit's coming in November of this year. You can order from Hobby Search, which is the website I use, or another one. Right, that's totally up to you. Pre-orders are going now. Links in the description if you're interested in that. Now the sad news is we were also gonna have the re-release of the ADF-01 Falcon model kit, which is actually from the one in Ace Combat 5 they released in 2006. However, I got a subscriber of mine send me a message on Twitter saying that the Falcon model, the plastic model, has been cancelled, which is, by the way, it's a different scale, it's 1 in 100. And he pre-ordered from Hobby Search, and this is the letter he got. So, dear Rodolfo, we're very sorry to inform you that the manufacturer has cancelled the production of the item. And we're no longer able to obtain the product, so we're gonna cancel, and sorry about that, basically. So we don't have information yet why the Falcon re-release was cancelled, so that's kind of sad. However, if you still want to buy it, you can go to Amazon Japan. They're selling for like 12,800 yen, which is about $120 US, which is much more expensive than it would have been from Hobby Search. Like with the re-release, would be like $30, something like that. So if you still want it, it's there. We're just gonna be way more expensive. So yeah, that's the sad news. I would like to have bought the Falcon, but it's a bit expensive now. In other news, our senpai Kono, he's been traveling recently in Japan. He went to the Joint Staff College of the Japanese Air Force. And apparently he had lots of fun with the F2 models they had there, and he made the people there play Ace Combat multiplayer. So very interesting. And, you know, the creator of Ace Combat, one of the creators of Ace Combat is in the high places in the Japanese Air Force, which supports my theory that Ace Combat and, you know, all these military games and series and animes, it's all about training the Japanese population to militarize the country in case of a war with China. Just a theory. And in other news, Kono has also been traveling, apparently to Britain, where he took this picture. Now maybe this picture is just, you know, for pleasure. I don't know what his intentions are. Maybe, I don't know. But he posted a very important picture of him being attacked by a seagull. And you know what? The seagulls did nothing wrong. I saw that coming. It's the revenge of the seagulls. You don't know what I'm talking about? Remember about the seagull from Megalith. And the seagull that Mobius the One killed. And the seagull killed in the commercial for Ace Combat 5. So yeah, the seagulls are striking back because Ace Combat has a history of being against seagulls. But anyways, I just thought it was interesting because maybe it was for pleasure, this trip of him. What he said, the picture was taken by Kano, which is the art director of Ace Combat 7. So maybe it is a work trip related, but I don't know. It's around the city of Blackburn in the UK, and I know they have some like facilities from BAE, like the British defense industry there. But I don't know. It's just a theory. But anyway, these are the news. Release date on the XO2 model kit. ADF 1 Falcon cancelled. Kono being in the joint staff of the Japanese Air Force College, and him being attacked by seagulls. Yeah. But these are the news. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know if you're planning to get the model kits, the plastic kits, right here, by voting. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.